Hello and welcome to News 18 special. I'm Harish Upadhyaya. We are talking about Karnataka elections, and today we ask you, will Prime Minister Modi's mega Bengaluru Roadshow help the BJP win? Especially, will it help the BJP conquer Bengaluru? Remember, that's one city that the BJP desperately wants because the city has 28 constituencies, and they are hoping that these 28 constituencies, if they can gain majority number of seats, then that would help them cross the halfway mark. So what is the Prime Minister planning? Well, two roadshows, one on Saturday morning, one on Sunday morning. If you look at the Saturday morning roadshow, this starts from South Bengaluru, goes up to West Bengaluru, and then concludes near Sankey Tank in Malleshwaram. You look at the plan for Sunday, that is largely centered around central Bengaluru. Starts from somewhere near Tippasandra and ends near Trinity Circle, very close to MG Road, the heart of Bengaluru. That's the plan that the BJP has. This crisscrosses roughly around 18 constituencies in the city, and the BJP is hoping that this will ensure a massive victory for the BJP in Bengaluru. At least the BJP is hoping that they can get people from various parts of the city, apart from the immediate vicinity of this rally where it's passing through. They're also hoping that they can get people from various other parts of Bengaluru and neighboring districts as well. It will create a buzz for the party, and that will help them win this election. You can engage with us. You can share your questions, share your thoughts. We'll also tell you what the parties are thinking, and then perhaps we could discuss on what is the strategy. Today we are talking about the Prime Minister's roadshow, and we have a question related to that. Ashok from Bengaluru is asking, nothing changed in Bengaluru under BJP rule. How can one visit swing it? Well, that's true. 2019, the party came to power after ensuring 17 MLAs from the Congress and the JDS quit. They've had at least anywhere around 3 to 4 years' time to ensure that the city's infrastructure changed. But we haven't seen too many changes. Although COVID slowed down several projects, we still see pothole roads. We still see the Bengaluru Metro not expanding at rapid. They still have only around 5,000 buses operating at any given point in time. That is short, miserably short for a city that has a population of in excess of 1.2 crore, and at least 45% of the traffic at one point in time was being carried by the BMTC. So they don't have enough buses. So many believing that the BJP could have done more, should have done more. The BJP hoping that the Prime Minister's visit in a way washes all that negative image around the BJP's rule over the last 3-4 years, especially related to Bengaluru. Remember, the BJP also had to deal with floods that have happened last year in 2 zones of Bengaluru that forced the BJP to change its candidate, at least in Mahadevpura zone. So the BJP really hoping that the Prime Minister, his charm, works in Bengaluru. And we will have to give a bit of a background. Bengaluru traditionally sees the seats getting divided between the Congress and the BJP with almost a similar number. Just one party ends up with a couple of more seats, not much of a difference between the BJP and the Congress in terms of the seat share of Bengaluru between them. But the BJP wants at least around 18 seats from the city, and that's when the BJP believes that they will get advantage, they can rule the state. We have another question. We have Simi from Bengaluru who's asking, both BJP and Congress has stalwarts from Bengaluru. There is little scope for any change. How will Prime Minister Modi's rally change it? Well, this is a fair assessment done by Smriti from Bengaluru. That is true. If you look at why, as I was saying, if you look at why there's not much of a difference between the BJP and the Congress in terms of the seat share in Bengaluru, why there's just a difference of 2-3 seats every time round, that's because both the parties have leaders who've been elected 3 times, 4 times, and they have ensured there's no second-rung leadership in that constituency, that the other party doesn't grow. For example, you have Baswangudi, where there is a 3-time sitting MLA from the BJP. It's very unlikely that a Congress candidate can upset him. Similarly, with BTM layout, it's veteran Ramlinga Reddy from there, and he's won perhaps, if I'm not wrong, 5 or 6 elections from BTM layout. Before that, he was part of the Jayanagar constituency. After delimitation, he moved to BTM. So he's won from that constituency multiple times. Would be difficult for the BJP candidate to win that constituency, even if it means that the Prime Minister has taken out a roadshow. The roadshow would be passing through that area. Just earlier in the week, we've had Home Minister Amit Shah also holding a roadshow there. But it's unlikely that the BJP candidate there can upset Ramlinga Reddy. So similarly, for the Congress as well, there are seats where they can't win, whether it's Baswangudi, whether it's other seats. It's very difficult for the Congress to win from these seats. They're a stronghold of the BJP, and irrespective of what kind of campaigning that has been done, it's very difficult. The contest really is 4 or 5 seats, which could change in every election. That's the focus this time as well. Most of the other seats will be retained by sitting MLAs. The record says at least 18 of the MLAs who are currently MLAs have won the last 3-4 elections, which means that irrespective of the party, not much will change is the assessment now. And although the parties might put in all the effort, the Prime Minister might do a roadshow, but might not change much. It might just give some bit of a boost to the campaign and give enthusiasm to the cadres, but on ground level might not change much, is the assessment by many people. We have another question coming in. We have Deepa from Bengaluru, who's asking, if the BJP really wanted Bengaluru, then they should have first appointed a minister for the city. Well, this is a criticism that's been thrown at the BJP often now. Many believe that the fact that the BJP couldn't appoint a city development minister, Bengaluru development minister, meant that the chief minister had to keep that portfolio. And the chief minister, as you know, has too many things to deal with. And Bengaluru perhaps wasn't his priority. And this is a criticism that the BJP has been facing. Why couldn't they appoint one Bengaluru development minister? That's because they had too many senior leaders here. And the party felt that if one of them was given the Bangalore development portfolio, he would be seen as the de facto head of Bangalore. That would mean that he would be seen as the de facto number 2 in the government, which is really why the BJP didn't want a battle between 2-3 senior ministers of theirs from the city. And that is why they did not appoint a development minister. Remember, that's been the case for a very long time. 2019, B.S. Yediyurappa kept the portfolio. Bommai changed over. Bommai too kept that portfolio, didn't allocate it to any minister from the city. And many believe that's the reason that there wasn't enough coordination. There was no minister who could hold day-to-day discussions and meetings and ensure things were on track. So the BJP will struggle to answer this on why they did not appoint a minister for Bengaluru, especially a city that's as big as 28 constituencies. And also remember, with several infrastructural issues, lack of coordination between different agencies like the BBMP, the BDA, and many other, and it would require a minister to sort it out. And many believe that might have helped the BJP and the government, in fact, ensuring that development in Bengaluru is fast-tracked. We have Anil from Bengaluru, who's asking, will Prime Minister's visit wash away all the negative experience people have had with bad roads, flooding? This is a question that perhaps depends on which area of Bengaluru you are from. The saying goes that people have a very short memory. The floods happened almost 8 months back. Would they remember that? Also, remember in the last 3 months, the government has gone on an overdrive trying to asphalt many roads. So the roads are also smoother than what they were earlier. There are not too many potholes. Still, we have stretches that have pothole, but not as bad as what it was, say, at the end of last year. But if there are people, for example, there are people in Mahadevpura zone or the Bomanhalli zone who've been affected by flooding a couple of times, then those people would still remember the kind of experience they have had, and it would be difficult for the BJP to change their mind even if the Prime Minister comes. Well, we had asked this question on Twitter. Will Prime Minister Modi's mega Bengaluru Roadshow help BJP win? Well, at least 49.6% saying yes, 47.8% saying no, and only 2.6% saying maybe, which means there's not a conclusive opinion in the favor of yes or no. It's a divided house. Almost 47% of them saying, well, not really. There are other issues, and people would still vote for that. And those are the issues that we will consider before polling and vote on. They would also think about the floods we've had last year, also bad roads, infrastructure, the metro pillar collapse, the lakes, which haven't seen much of a rejuvenation, and also the encroachment issue. We also ran this poll on CNN News18's YouTube page. Let's look at the results. We had asked, will Prime Minister Modi's mega Bengaluru Roadshow help win election? Yes, says 58% of the Janta, 35% of them saying not really, only 7% saying maybe. Around 2,000 people voted on YouTube. And remember, many of them might be from outside Karnataka as well, outside Bengaluru as well. But this is what the Janta on Twitter believes, that at least a bit over the halfway mark is saying that this will help the BJP cross the halfway mark or conquer Bengaluru. At least there's another question. Jai from Bengaluru asking, which area is seeing the roadshow? What's the target? Well, if you look at where this roadshow is passing through, you have on Saturday this roadshow passing through JP Nagar area, Jayanagar area, Baswangudi area. It's also going through Chamrajpet, Basweshwar Nagar, and finally ending in Malleshwaram. Anybody who looks at this rally would say it's going through areas where the BJP is strong. Perhaps parts of BTM and Jayanagar is where the Congress is also strong. But Baswangudi is another belt where the BJP is strong. Chamrajpet clearly with the Congress, and Zamir with the significant minority vote there. Basweshwar Nagar, Malleshwaram again areas where the BJP is strong. If you look at on Sunday, the Prime Minister would be going from New Tippasandra to Trinity Circle. Once again, pockets where BJP has significant presence. Then there are constituencies like Shanti Nagar, parts of which will see Modi doing his roadshow. That's again a Congress bastion. So it's a mix and match. They've tried to see Bengaluru as a zone. First day the rally passes through South and West zone. Probably the second day the rally would be passing through large areas in the central zone, and parts of it probably in the southeast zone, which means that the BJP would be hoping that they have covered most zones. Remember, earlier last month, in fact, the Prime Minister was in the Whitefield area as well. So the BJP hoping that they've covered at least 5-6 major zones of Bengaluru. There's another question coming in. What about Congress's roadshow? How big an impact have they had? Well, if you look at the Congress strategy, they haven't had too many roadshows, in fact, this Karnataka election. They've largely depended on stage programs of Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi in town, in the state, in fact, tomorrow. But largely looking at stage programs, not too many roadshows that they have held. They've in fact focused on ensuring people are mobilized from different constituencies and hold a mega rally or a mega stage event in that district, and everyone is mobilized to that place. So that's the strategy of the Congress. Well, Prime Minister and Home Minister Amit Shah have had perhaps a record-breaking number of roadshow in Karnataka. Will that work? Will Prime Minister Modi help the BJP clinch Bengaluru? That's something we'll get to know on the 13th. But that's what we could bring you today, the insight and the thinking within the parties especially within the BJP, on how they want to encash on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's roadshow in Bengaluru. That's all we have for today. We'll join you tomorrow with a different topic and more insights. Thank you for joining.